Want to learn your target language for free? Then get our language gifts of the month right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Getting Sick Conversation Cheat Sheet. Are you able to describe your symptoms in your target language? If not, download our new conversation sheet and learn must-know words and phrases for the doctor. Second, the Language Learning Starter Pack PDF ebook. If you're new to the language, do you know what words to learn first? With this ebook, you'll get over 70 basic words and phrases that beginners need to know. Start with these words first. Download it right now. Third, can you talk about economics in your target language? Learn how to say profit, demand, taxes, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. Fourth, 30 must-know opposite nouns. Learn how to say day and night, question and answer, and much more. You'll pick up over 30 words with this vocab bonus. Fifth, free audiobooks for our members only. If you're not a member yet, sign up for a free lifetime account and unlock our huge library of language learning audiobooks. Save them to your device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, get 35% off Premium or Premium Plus with the Power Up sale. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the lesson description below. Download them right now before they expire. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking on the phone. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for someone on the phone and to put someone on hold. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making a Phone Call PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Pronto, vorrei parlare con la persona responsabile.
Sì, solo un momento.
Once more with the English translation.
Pronto, vorrei parlare con la persona responsabile.
Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Sì, solo un momento.
Okay, just a moment. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say hello on the phone. That's
Pronto. Pronto.
Then you'll need to learn how to say, I'd like to speak with person. The pattern is
Vorrei parlare con.
person. For example, hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Pronto. Vorrei parlare con la persona responsabile. Pronto, vorrei parlare con la persona responsabile.
Now, how do you answer this question?
Sì, solo un momento.
Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again.
Sì, solo un momento. Sì, solo un momento.
Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk on the phone. The person in charge.
La persona responsabile. La persona responsabile.
A sales representative.
Un rappresentante delle vendite. Un rappresentante delle vendite.
The manager.
Il dirigente. Il dirigente.
Customer service.
Il servizio clienti. Il servizio clienti.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Vorrei parlare con un rappresentante delle vendite.
Sì, solo un momento.
Vorrei parlare con il dirigente.
Sì, solo un momento.
Vorrei parlare con il servizio clienti.
Sì, solo un momento.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, I'd like to speak with person?
Vorrei parlare con.
Person. And how do you answer it?
Sì, solo un momento.
Imagine you want to talk to a sales representative. Do you remember how to say, a sales representative?
Un rappresentante delle vendite. Un rappresentante delle vendite.
Say, I'd like to speak with a sales representative.
Vorrei parlare con un rappresentante delle vendite.
Now say you want to talk to a sales representative and answer it.
Vorrei parlare con un rappresentante delle vendite.
Sì, solo un momento.
Now, imagine you want to talk to the manager. Do you remember how to say, the manager?
Il dirigente. Il dirigente.
Say, I'd like to speak with the manager.
Vorrei parlare con il dirigente.
Now say you want to talk to the manager and answer it.
Vorrei parlare con il dirigente.
Sì, solo un momento.
Now imagine you want to talk to customer service. Do you remember how to say customer service?
Il servizio clienti. Il servizio clienti.
Say, I'd like to speak with customer service.
Vorrei parlare con il servizio clienti.
Now say you want to talk to customer service and answer it.
Vorrei parlare con il servizio clienti.
Sì, solo un momento.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ItalianPod101.com. My name is Daisy. Mi chiamo Daisy. Mi chiamo Daisy. And in this video we're gonna talk about 10 popular shows in Italy. 10 show popolari in Italia. 10 show popolari in Italia. These shows also became part of daily conversation, so keep watching to learn what to say and to feel like a real Italian native speaker. First of all, we have Don Matteo. Don Matteo. This series has been going on for more than 20 years by now. It started in 2000, and the protagonist is Terence Hill. So the actor that was very well known for his westerns movie with Bud Spencer. But in this case, he's a priest. Yes, you heard me, a priest. And he goes around with his bicycle, with his bike, basically sticking his nose in what happens in the city. He becomes friend with the carabinieri, so the local, police officers in Italy. And there are cases, and case by case, he conquered Italians' heart, basically. There aren't really quotes of something that he always says, but since he's both a detective and a priest, he always says something wise. For example, alcune volte è più difficile trovare le cose che non sono nascoste. Sometimes it's harder. Alcune volte, sometimes, è più difficile, more difficult, trovare le cose, to find things, that are not hidden, che non sono nascoste. Number 2, as you can think already by now, detectives are really popular. In fact, we have il commissario Montalbano. Il commissario Montalbano. Montalbano is the protagonist of a series of books, actually, written by Camilleri. This has been going on since 1999. It's set in Sicily, so it may be hard for some foreign to listen to because there are a lot of parts in dialect, but it's also a funny thing to do, to listen to, and to understand the culture more. Here, let me give you an example. He kind of makes people laugh, but not because he's funny, just for the things he says. For example, i pensieri sono i peggiori nemici della pancia. I pensieri, thoughts, sono i peggiori nemici, are the worst enemies della pancia, of your stomach, of your tummies. So thoughts are tummy's worst enemy. I pensieri sono i peggiori nemici della pancia. Now, I cannot say it with the Sicilian accent because I don't know how to do that, but I found it written and I'm gonna write it here and try to read that with you. It goes like: I pensieri sono i peggiori nemici della panza. You're probably better than me at this, but yeah, have fun trying. Number 3, we have Ulisse, il piacere della scoperta. Ulisse, as you know, the famous character, il piacere, the pleasure, della scoperta, of discovery. This also started in 2000, in year 2000. Not only, but historic documentaries in particular is what made it super famous. And not only, actually. The thing is, the host was Alberto Angela, a kind of old man, wise, and a teacher, a professor. He knew a lot of things. After him came his son, who also became a sex symbol in Italy because he knows so much, he's so knowledgeable, his way of talking too is really calming. He also wrote a book which is called Una giornata nell'antica Roma, a day in ancient Rome, una giornata nell'antica Roma. Number 4, like in the rest of the world, I believe, in Italy as well, reality shows are really popular. Il Grande Fratello, the Big Brother. Il Grande Fratello. This too has been going on for 20 years already, and you all know that it's about people closed in a house and they have to interact and live their lives. Not really, they just have to survive inside the house, right? What became really famous of this is the phrase sei stato nominato. You've been named, you've been appointed, you've been nominated. Sei stato nominato. It first started off with normal people, let's say people that no one knew about, but nowadays it's VIP, Big Brother, Il Grande Fratello VIP. That's how we say that in Italian. Another popular show is L'Isola dei Famosi, so the island of famous people, again with famous people, with VIPs. L'Isola dei Famosi is based on the format of Celebrity Survival, and it started in 2003. Number 6, another show, but different from a reality. It's called Quattro Ristoranti, 4 restaurants, and it started in 2015, so it's pretty recent and new. Its host is Alessandro Borghese. He's a chef, and he goes around the cities of Italy visiting 4 restaurants with their owners as well. So they all go to different restaurants and try to eat there. At the end of the episode, one of them wins, and they win some money, and they win based on 4 criteria, which are the menu, the service, the location, and the check. So menu, servizio, service, location, as it is, we'll use the same word in Italian as well, and il conto, the check, il conto. It's interesting because the ones who vote are the same that go to eat there. So it's kind of like closer to the public, In fact, the fun fact is that he also has a restaurant, Alessandro Borghese, where you can go and eat. I went there personally, and at the end they give you the very same form where you have to vote for menu, servizio, location, and conto. So yeah, this is a pretty new and really popular show. Cooking is a big topic on Italian television, everywhere in the world probably, but especially in Italy. So not only we have for restaurants, but also Bake Off Italia, Dolci in Forno, sweets in the oven, Dolci in Forno, where participants have like challenges and they have to cook and bake, basically, because it's called Bake Off, of course. And yeah, at the end, one wins and gets the money and popularity, basically, to open his own pastry shop. And in this show, there are many people that are famous for other shows as well, like Benedetta Parodi and Il Boss del Cioccolato, so Chocolate's Boss. Moving on from food, there's Ciao Darwin. Ciao Darwin. Hi Darwin. So this is also a show with challenges for participants and with talks where they can basically argue about topics. In fact, this is about trying to figuring out where the man is going, as in a species, with the social dynamics and the cultural thing, everything that is going on. So you always have two teams against each other, like for example, men and women, or like football players and intellectuals. So, you know, like they look for controversy, which is kind of fun because it's portrayed in a fun way, especially because it's host Paolo Bonolis. It's a really ironic and funny figure that I recommend you to follow. He also has other formats, like for example, Avanti un altro. The next one, bring the next one, Avanti un altro. And the subtitle for Ciao Darwin is Siamo tutti matti. We are all crazy. Siamo tutti matti. Number 9, we have C'è posta per te. C'è posta per te. There is mail for you. This has also been going on for 20 years by now. The host is Maria De Filippi, and you can see that she tries to bring families together, or like back together if they fought or something, or couples, or like old friends. So basically there is a postman who goes to someone that really doesn't expect anything happening. They give them the mail and they're like, this person is looking for you, do you want to come and see her or him and then talk about what happened? Or there is a person looking for you, if you want to find out who it is, just come to us. And yeah, then they discover who it is and what happened, and there are stories and everything. But the thing is, in between them, there is a big envelope. And what I have to say is accetto la busta. So I accept the envelope, both when the postman goes and invites them, or when they're at the studio and they want to see the other person. So accetto la busta. I accept the envelope. Or rifiuto la busta. I refuse, rifiuto la busta. A lot of drama going on. Now that I've talked to you about all these shows and that you may be interested in them, I want to talk to you, last but not least, about Boris, which is a series that portrays Italian series. Now, basically it shows everything that goes on backstage, but in a really satirical way, like ironic. It's kind of everything that goes on off air, fuori onda. Off air is fuori onda. So the protagonist is the assistant and he has to deal with actors' dramas or like nepotism and all this kind of stuff. So it really gives you an idea. I mean, don't take everything literally because it's kind of extreme, but it's funny and it shows you what's going on. A symbolic quote from this is the chef, like the boss, saying to him, ricorda in Italia, remember in Italy, c'è la regola delle 3G. Remember in Italy there is the rule, c'è la regola delle 3G, of the 3 Gs. Giusta telefonata, right phone call. Giusto momento, right moment. giusta persona, right person. Of course, the G doesn't really make sense because giusta is always the same word, right? But this is also the style of the series.
With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in Italian. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description.
Welcome to Can Do Italian by ItalianPod101.com.
Ciao a tutti, sono Felice Angelini. Hi everyone, I'm Felice Angelini. In this lesson, you will learn how to use parting greetings.
This is Karen Lee, and she's talking with her former homestay mother, Chiara Lombardi. As Karen says goodbye, her children join her in saying goodnight. Focus on the way each person says goodbye.
A presto. Buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
Ci vediamo, ciao.
Once more with the English translation.
A presto.
See you soon.
Buonanotte.
Good night.
Buonanotte.
Good night.
Ci vediamo, ciao.
See you. Bye.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at each of these expressions.
First, do you remember how Karen says, "See you soon"?
A presto.
This starts with the preposition
A.
which means something like until in this context.
A.
Next is
Presto.
soon.
Presto. Presto.
Together
A presto.
means something like until soon, but translates as see you soon.
A presto.
Note,
A presto.
is a shortened form of longer phrases, most commonly
Arrivederci a presto.
see you soon.
A presto.
Is fairly informal, which indicates a close relationship between Karen and Chiara Lombardi, her former homestay mother. Do you remember how Sasha says good night?
Buonanotte.
Good night.
Buonanotte. Buonanotte.
Literally means good night.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
Both Sasha and Ben use this expression when saying goodnight to Chiara. You use
Buonanotte.
good night when you don't plan on seeing someone again that night, and often when someone is about to go to bed. It's like saying, have a good night's sleep. Do you remember how Chiara says, see you, bye?
Ci vediamo, ciao.
See you, bye.
Ci vediamo. Ciao.
First is,
Ci vediamo.
see you.
Ci vediamo.
This starts with,
Ci.
which means something like each other.
Ci. Ci.
After this is,
Vediamo.
we shall see.
Vediamo. Vediamo. Vediamo.
Is from the verb
Vedere.
meaning to see.
Vedere.
Together
Ci vediamo.
literally means each other we shall see, but translates as see you. Note,
Ci vediamo.
is an informal parting greeting, and you should avoid it in formal situations. Next is,
Ciao.
which translates as bye in this context.
Ciao. Ciao.
Remember,
Ciao.
can be used as a parting greeting, meaning bye, as well as a greeting meaning hi. Altogether,
Ci vediamo. Ciao.
see you, bye.
Ci vediamo, ciao.
This sentence is informal. Chiara uses this to say goodbye to everyone. She's the most senior person in the conversation, and she uses informal language to sound friendly.
Let's look at the parting greetings once more. Listen and repeat, or speak along with me. A presto! A presto! Buonanotte! Buonanotte! Ci vediamo! Ci vediamo! Ciao! Ciao! Notte! Notte! Arrivederci! Arrivederci! Did you notice the last parting phrase I used? Arrivederci.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Arrivederci.
Goodbye.
Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
You can use this greeting when you're sure you'll meet the other person again.
Arrivederci.
Let's review the key words.
Notte.
Night, as in good night.
Notte. Notte.
This is a shortened form of
Buonanotte.
good night.
Buonanotte.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say, "See you soon"? A presto. A presto. And how to say, "Good night"? Buonanotte. Buonanotte. Do you remember how to say, "See you"? Ci vediamo. Ci vediamo. And how to say bye? Ciao. Ciao. Do you remember how to say see you, Bye! Ci vediamo, ciao! Ci vediamo, ciao!
Let's practice. Imagine you're Mark Lee and you're talking with Chiara. Respond by saying, "Good night." Ready?
Ci vediamo, ciao.
Buonanotte.
Listen again and repeat.
Buonanotte. Buonanotte.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Sasha Lee and you're finishing class. Respond by saying, "Bye." Ready?
Ciao.
Ciao!
Listen again and repeat.
Ciao! Ciao!
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Ben Lee and you're finishing coffee with your college friend, Federica. Respond by saying, "See you."
A presto.
Ci vediamo.
Listen again and repeat.
Ci vediamo. Ci vediamo.
With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in Italian. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description.
Welcome to Can Do Italian by ItalianPod101.com.
Ciao a tutti, sono Felice Angelini. Hi everyone, I'm Felice Angelini. In this lesson, you learn essential social expressions, such as thank you.
This is Ben Lee, and he's on the train. A fellow passenger drops his wallet as he exits the train. Ben picks up the wallet and chases after the man. He calls to the man by saying, "Excuse me."
Scusi.
Listen to the following 3 short dialogues between Ben and the man.
Scusi.
Sì?
Ben hands the man the wallet.
Grazie.
Prego.
Ben turns to board the train, but the door is shut.
Scusi.
Non c'è problema.
Once more with the English translation.
Scusi.
Excuse me.
Sì?
Yes? Ben hands the man the wallet.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Prego.
You're welcome. Ben turns to board the train, but the door is shut.
Scusi.
I'm sorry.
Non c'è problema.
It's no problem.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at these 3 conversations.
First, do you remember how Ben Lee says, "Excuse me"?
Scusi.
In this context,
Scusi.
is used to get someone's attention and translates as "excuse me."
Scusi.
Scusi.
This is a formal expression. Ben uses it because he's speaking with someone he doesn't know. Note, this expression can also be used as a mild apology, but here Ben uses it to get the attention of the person he's chasing after. Remember this expression. You'll use it later in the lesson. Do you remember how the passenger acknowledges Ben by saying, "Yes"?
Sì,
Yes?
Sì.
sì,
The second part of the conversation takes place after Ben returns the passenger's wallet. Do you remember how the passenger says, "Thank you"?
grazie,
Thank you.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Grazie.
grazie,
To add more emphasis to your appreciation, you could say,
Grazie mille.
literally, thanks 1,000, but it translates as thanks a lot.
Grazie mille.
This is an idiomatic expression used throughout all of Italy. Note,
Mille grazie.
1,000 thanks is a less frequently used variation, meaning the same thing. Do you remember how Ben says, "You're welcome"?
Prego.
You're welcome.
Prego. Prego. Prego.
Is from the verb
Pregare.
meaning to pray.
Prego.
You're welcome is the most common translation, but this is a versatile phrase that can be used in multiple situations with many translations, so you'll come into contact with it a lot. After the train doors shut and Ben misses his train, do you remember how the passenger apologizes to Ben by saying, "I'm sorry"?
scusi,
I'm sorry. In this context,
Scusi.
I'm sorry.
Scusi.
The passenger feels responsible for Ben missing his train and is apologizing. So here
scusi,
means I'm sorry, while in the first dialogue
Scusi.
means excuse me, as Ben is trying to get the passenger's attention. The meaning of
Scusi.
depends on context. Do you remember how Ben replies, "It's no problem"?
Non c'è problema.
This starts with
Non.
which means not.
Non. Non.
Next is
C'è.
which means there is.
C'è. C'è. C'è.
Is the contracted form of
Ci è. Ci.
there.
Ci. È.
Is.
È.
Dropping the vowel sound from
Ci.
makes the phrase
C'è.
easier to pronounce. Last is
Problema.
problem.
Problema. Problema.
Altogether,
Non c'è problema.
literally means not there is problem, but it translates as it's no problem or no problem.
Non c'è problema.
This is a common phrase used to express that things are all right.
Scusa is the informal form of scusi. Scusa. Excuse me. Scusa. Scusa. Scusa is used in informal situations, such as when speaking with people of similar age and social status. They are both imperative forms of the verb scusare, which means to excuse or to forgive. Let's look at the expressions once more. Listen and repeat, or speak along. Pay attention to the body language. Scusi. Scusi. Sì? Sì? Grazie. Grazie. Prego. Prego. Scusi. Scusi. Non c'è problema. Non c'è problema. Scusa. Scusa.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how Ben Lee says, "Excuse me"?
Scusi.
Scusi. And how the passenger says, "Yes"?
Sì?
Sì? Do you remember how to say "thank you"? Grazie. Grazie. And how to say "you are welcome"? Prego. Prego. Do you remember how the passenger says, "I'm sorry"?
Scusi.
Scusi. And how Ben says, "It's no problem"?
Non c'è problema.
Non c'è problema.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Karen Lee, and you receive a popular Italian candy from your Italian teacher. Say, "Thank you." Ready?
Grazie. Prego.
Listen again and repeat.
Grazie. Grazie.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Mark Lee and a passenger bumps into you. Respond by saying, "It's no problem." Ready?
Scusi.
Non c'è problema.
Listen again and repeat.
Non c'è problema. Non c'è problema.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Mark Lee and you see a man drop his wallet. Get his attention. Ready?
Scusi.
Sì?
Listen again and repeat.
Scusi. Scusi.
With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in Italian. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description.
Welcome to Can Do Italian by ItalianPod101.com.
Ciao a tutti, sono Felice Angelini. Hi everyone, I'm Felice Angelini. In this lesson, you learn how to ask about someone's well-being.
This is Mark Lee, and he's in the office break room. He greets Matteo Marino, a colleague, and asks, "How are you?"
Come stai?
Listen to the conversation and focus on the question. Ready?
Come stai?
Sto bene, grazie.
Once more with the English translation.
Come stai?
How are you?
Sto bene, grazie.
I'm well, thank you.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
First, do you remember how Mark asks, "How are you?"
Come stai?
First is,
Come?
how?
Come? Come?
Next is,
Stai?
you are.
Stai? Stai?
Note,
Stai?
is a shortened form of
Tu stai?
you are. In Italian,
Tu.
you is usually omitted as it's understood from context.
Stai?
Is from the verb
Stare?
meaning to be.
Stare?
Altogether, it's
Come stai?
how are you?
Come stai?
Note the rising intonation to mark that it's a question.
Come stai?
Let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how Matteo says, "I'm well, thank you"?
Sto bene, grazie.
I'm well, thank you.
Sto bene, grazie.
First is,
Sto.
I am.
Sto. Sto.
Note,
Sto.
is a shortened form of
Io sto.
I am. In Italian,
Io.
I is often omitted when it's understood.
Sto.
Is from the verb
Stare.
meaning to be in this context.
Stare.
Next is
Bene.
well.
Bene. Bene.
Together, it's
Sto bene.
I'm well.
Sto bene.
Note,
Sto bene.
may translate as I'm well, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm okay, etc. But we'll use I'm well for this lesson. Next is
Grazie.
meaning thank you.
Grazie. Grazie.
Altogether, it's
Sto bene, grazie.
I'm well, thank you.
Sto bene, grazie.
Note the question
Come stai?
is for informal situations. For formal situations, simply replace
Stai.
with
Sta.
the formal form of you are.
Come sta?
How are you? For formal situations.
Come sta?
Remember this variation. You'll see it again later.
In Italian, there are two verbs that translate as to be: stare and essere. When talking about well-being, use stare. When responding to come stai? How are you? Always use the verb stare, as in sto bene. I'm fine.
Let's look at some more examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
Come stai?
Sto bene, grazie.
Come stai?
Sto bene, grazie. Come stai?
Sto abbastanza bene, grazie.
Come stai?
Sto abbastanza bene, grazie. Come sta?
Sto bene, grazie.
Come sta?
Sto bene, grazie.
Come stai?
Sto benissimo, grazie.
Come stai?
Sto benissimo, grazie.
Come stai?
Bene, e tu?
Come stai?
Bene, e tu? Did you notice how I added the phrase e tu?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Bene, e tu?
I'm well. And you? First is
Bene.
well.
Bene.
Here
Bene.
is the shortened form of
Sto bene.
I'm well. Next is
E tu?
and you?
E tu?
First is
E.
and.
E. E.
Next is
Tu.
an informal word meaning you.
Tu. Tu.
Together, it's
E tu?
meaning and you?
E tu?
You can use this phrase to reciprocate the question when someone asks you about your well-being. For example, if someone says,
Come stai?
you can respond with,
Bene. E tu?
first respond to the question, then inquire about the other person's well-being with,
E tu?
and you? Note, as
Tu.
you is informal, this expression is appropriate for informal situations. Remember this pattern.
Bene. E tu?
You'll see it again later. Let's review the key vocabulary.
Abbastanza bene.
Pretty good.
Abbastanza bene. Abbastanza bene. Benissimo.
Great.
Benissimo. Benissimo.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say how? Come? Come? And how Mark Lee asks, how are you?
Come stai?
Come stai? Do you remember how to say well? Bene. Bene. And how to say I'm well? Sto bene. Sto bene. Do you remember how to say thank you? Grazie. Grazie. Do you remember how Matteo says, I'm well, thank you?
Sto bene, grazie.
Sto bene, grazie. Do you remember how to say, and you? E tu? E tu? And how to say, pretty good. Abbastanza bene. Abbastanza bene.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Matteo, Mark's colleague. Ask how Mark is doing using informal Italian. Ready?
Come stai?
Sto abbastanza bene, grazie.
Listen again and repeat.
Come stai? Come stai?
Let's try another. Imagine you're Karen's teacher, Rosa Romano, and you're starting class. Ask about Karen's well-being using formal Italian. Ready?
Come sta?
Sto bene, grazie.
Listen again and repeat.
Come sta? Come sta?
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Sasha and you meet your friend at school. Respond by saying, well, and you? Ready?
Come stai?
Bene. E tu?
Listen again and repeat.
Bene. E tu? Bene. E tu?
Aiutare. Help. Aiutare. Aiutare. Help. Ti posso aiutare? Can I help you? Ti posso aiutare? Imparare. Learn. Imparare. Imparare. Learn. Vorrei tanto imparare il latino. I'd really like to learn Latin. Vorrei tanto imparare il latino. Muovere. Move. Muovere. Muovere. Move. Puoi muovere le tue gambe? Can you move your legs? Puoi muovere le tue gambe? 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. La mia ragazza ha 17 paia di scarpe differenti. My girl has 17 different pairs of shoes. La mia ragazza ha 17 paia di scarpe differenti. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. Ci vediamo alle 18:30 circa. I'll see you around 18:30. Ci vediamo alle 18:30 circa. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. Il treno partirà alle 19:12. The train will leave at 19:12. Il treno partirà alle 19:12. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. Ho mangiato 20 caramelle. I ate 20 candies. Ho mangiato 20 caramelle. Collo. Neck. Collo. Collo. Neck. C'è uno strano nodulo sul mio collo. There is a strange lump on my neck. C'è uno strano nodulo sul mio collo. Faccia. Face. Faccia. Faccia. Face. Almeno mi sono lavato la faccia. At least I saved my face. Almeno mi sono salvato la faccia. Orecchio. Ear. Orecchio. Orecchio. Ear. Mi fa male un orecchio. My ear is hurting. Mi fa male un orecchio. Capelli. Hair. Capelli. Capelli. Hair. Non mi piacciono i capelli lunghi. I don't like long hair. Non mi piacciono i capelli lunghi. Montagna. Mountain. Montagna. montagna. Mountain. Ti piacciono le montagne? Do you like mountains? Ti piacciono le montagne? Spiaggia. Beach. Spiaggia. Spiaggia. Beach. Faccio molte passeggiate sulla spiaggia. I take many walks at the beach. Faccio molte passeggiate sulla spiaggia. Foresta pluviale. Rainforest. Foresta pluviale. Foresta pluviale. Rainforest. La foresta amazzonica è molto ampia. The Amazon rainforest is very large. La foresta amazzonica è molto ampia. Isola. Island. Isola. Isola. Island. Vado in vacanza su un'isola greca. I go on holiday on a Greek island. Vado in vacanza su un'isola greca. Dizionario. Dictionary. Dizionario. Dizionario. Dictionary. Ho lasciato il dizionario nell'aula. I left the dictionary in the classroom. Ho lasciato il dizionario nell'aula. Blu. 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 Mi piace abbinare il viola con il blu. I like to match purple with blue. Mi piace abbinare il viola con il blu. Giallo. Yellow. Giallo. Giallo. Yellow. L'ape sta impollinando il fiore giallo. The bee is pollinating the yellow flower. L'ape sta impollinando il fiore giallo. Arancione. Orange. Arancione. Arancione. Orange. L'arancione è un colore molto allegro. Orange is a very happy color. L'arancione è un colore molto allegro. Colore. Color. Colore. Colore. Color. Il nero è il colore del lutto. Black is the color of mourning. Il nero è il colore del lutto. Noioso. Boring. Noioso. Noioso. Boring. Questo talk show è troppo noioso. This talk show is too boring. Questo talk show è troppo noioso. Entusiasmante. Exciting. Entusiasmante. Entusiasmante. Exciting. Ho visto un film entusiasmante. I saw an exciting movie. Ho visto un film entusiasmante. Importante. Important. Importante. Importante. Important. Per me tu sei importante. You are important to me. Per me tu sei importante. Carta di credito. Credit card. Carta di credito. Carta di credito. Credit card. La mia carta di credito è stata sospesa. My credit card has been suspended. La mia carta di credito è stata sospesa. Chiave. Chi. Chiave. Chiave. Chi. Quale chiave dovrei usare? Which key should I use? Quale chiave dovrei usare? Patente di guida. Driver's license. Patente di guida. Patente di guida. Driver's license. Ho dovuto rinnovare la mia patente di guida recentemente. Recently, I had to renew my driver's license. Ho dovuto rinnovare la mia patente di guida recentemente. Foresta. Forest. Foresta. Foresta. Forest. Il gigante ha distrutto la foresta. The giant has destroyed the forest. Il gigante ha distrutto la foresta. Fiume. River. Fiume. Fiume. River. Il fiume Arno sfocia nel Mar Tirreno. The Arno River flows into the Tyrrhenian Sea. Il fiume Arno sfocia nel Mar Tirreno. Oceano. Ocean. Oceano. Oceano. Ocean. Ogni anno andiamo a fare immersioni nell'oceano. Every year we go to dive into the ocean. Ogni anno andiamo a fare immersioni nell'oceano. Lago. Lake. Lago. Lago. lake. Un ippopotamo è uscito dal lago. A hippo came out of the lake. Un ippopotamo è uscito dal lago. Documento. Document. Documento. Documento. Document. Quel documento è molto importante. That document is very important. Quel documento è molto importante. Computer. 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 Accendo il mio computer. I turn on my computer. Accendo il mio computer. Fax. Fax machine. Fax. Fax. Fax machine. Hai un fax? Do you have a fax machine? Hai un fax? Stampante. Printer. Stampante. Stampante. Printer. La stampante è nuova. The printer is new. La stampante è nuova. Portamine. Mechanical pencil. Portamine. Portamine. Mechanical pencil. Dove hai comprato questo portamine? Where did you buy this mechanical pencil? Dove hai comprato questo portamine? Righello. Ruler. Righello. Righello. Ruler. Devo ammetterlo, non so usare bene il righello. I have to admit it. I cannot really use the ruler. Devo ammetterlo. Non so usare bene il righello. Evidenziatore. Marker. Evidenziatore. Evidenziatore. Marker. L'inchiostro dell'evidenziatore sta finendo. The marker is running low on ink. L'inchiostro dell'evidenziatore sta finendo. Banca. Bank. Banca. Banca. Bank. La banca non mi fa credito. The bank doesn't finance me. La banca non mi fa credito. Mini market. Convenience store. Mini market. Mini market. Convenience store. Lavoro part-time in un mini market. I work part-time at a convenience store. Lavoro time in un minimarket. Ospedale. Hospital. Ospedale. Ospedale. Hospital. Sto cercando un ospedale. I'm looking for a hospital. Sto cercando un ospedale. Portafoglio. Wallet. Portafoglio. Portafoglio. Wallet. Ho $100 nel mio portafoglio. I have $100 in my wallet. Ho $100 nel mio portafoglio. Borsetta. Purse. Borsetta. Borsetta. Purse. Ieri ho perso la borsetta. Yesterday I lost my purse. Ieri ho perso la borsetta. Ordinare. Order. Ordinare. Ordinare. Order. Per favore, non ordinare cose che non ti servono. Please, don't order stuff that you don't need. Per favore, non ordinare cose che non ti servono. Campo. Field. Campo. Campo. Field. Il cavallo sta correndo nel campo. The horse is running in the field. Il cavallo sta correndo nel campo. Deserto. Desert. Deserto. Deserto. Desert. Il sole sta riscaldando il caldo deserto. The sun is heating the hot desert. Il sole sta riscaldando il caldo deserto. Capo. Boss. Capo. Capo. Boss. Il tuo capo è vecchio. Your boss is old. Il tuo capo è vecchio. Ufficio. Office. Ufficio. Ufficio. Office. Arrivi sempre tardi in ufficio. You always arrive late at the office. Arrivi sempre tardi in ufficio. Collega. Coworker. Collega. Collega. Coworker. Sono d'accordo con il mio collega. I agree with my coworker. Sono d'accordo con il mio collega. Incontro. meeting. Incontro. Incontro. Meeting. Domani ho un incontro di lavoro. Tomorrow I have a business meeting. Domani ho un incontro di lavoro. Stazione di polizia. Police station. Stazione di polizia. Stazione di polizia. Police station. Non sono mai entrato in una stazione di polizia. I have never been in a police station. Non sono mai entrato in una stazione di polizia. Farmacia. Pharmacy. Farmacia. Farmacia. Pharmacy. Durante la notte una farmacia è sempre aperta. During the night, a pharmacy is always open. Durante la notte una farmacia è sempre aperta. Panetteria. Bakery. Panetteria. Panetteria. Bakery. Lavoro in una panetteria. I work in a bakery. Lavoro in una panetteria. Cinema. Movie theater. Cinema. Cinema. Movie theater. Domenica vado al cinema. I'm going to the movie theater on Sunday. Domenica vado al cinema. Negoziazione. Negotiation. Negoziazione. Negoziazione. Negotiation. Preferiamo una negoziazione amichevole. We prefer friendly negotiation. Preferiamo una negoziazione amichevole. Contratto. Contract. Contratto. Contratto. Contract. Abbiamo un contratto con la casa discografica. We have a contract with the record company. Abbiamo un contratto con la casa discografica. Affari. Business. Affari. Affari. Business. Nel 2008 gli affari sono diminuiti sensibilmente. In 2008, business has sensibly diminished. Nel 2008 gli affari sono diminuiti sensibilmente. Accordo. Deal. Accordo. Accordo. Deal. Abbiamo un accordo. We have a deal. Abbiamo un accordo. Impegnato. Busy. Impegnato. Impegnato. Busy. Domani sarò impegnato tutto il pomeriggio. Tomorrow I will be busy all afternoon. Domani sarò impegnato tutto il pomeriggio. Serio. Serious. Serio. Serio. Serious. Questo è un problema serio. This is a serious problem. Questo è un problema serio. Stanco. Tired. Stanco. Stanco. Tired. Oggi sono davvero stanco. I'm very tired today. Oggi sono davvero stanco. Superiore. Superior. Superiore. Superiore. Superior. Il mio superiore è molto calmo. My superior is very calm. Il mio superiore è molto calmo. Compagnia. Company. Compagnia. Compagnia. Company. Non lavoro più in questa compagnia. I don't work in this company anymore. Non lavoro più in questa compagnia. Salario. Salary. Salario. Salario. Salary. Quali sono le tue richieste salariali? What are your salary requirements? Quali sono le tue richieste salariali? Radio. 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 Ho comprato una nuova radio. I bought a new radio. Ho comprato una nuova radio. Televisione. Television. Televisione. Televisione. Television. La televisione non funziona. The television isn't working. La televisione non funziona. Internet. 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 Internet è uno strumento potente. Internet is a powerful tool. Internet è uno strumento potente. Giornale. Newspaper. Giornale. Giornale. Newspaper. Mi piace leggere il giornale. I like reading the newspaper. Mi piace leggere il giornale. Canale di informazione. News channel. Canale di informazione. Canale di informazione. News channel. La sera accendo i canali di informazione. I turn on the news channel in the evening. La sera accendo i canali di informazione. Strumento musicale. Musical instrument. Strumento musicale. Strumento musicale. Musical instrument. Che strumento musicale è? What musical instrument is it? Che strumento musicale è? Dipinto. Painting. Dipinto. Dipinto. Painting. Ci sono molti dipinti nel museo. There are many paintings in the museum. Ci sono molti dipinti nel museo. Teatro. Theater. Teatro. Teatro. Theater. Lo spettacolo è stato un successo. Il teatro era gremito. The show was a success. The theater was full. Lo spettacolo è stato un successo. Il teatro era gremito. Musical. 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 Ho i biglietti per un musical. I got tickets to a musical. Ho i biglietti per un musical. Opera. 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 I biglietti dell'opera sono tutti prenotati. The opera tickets are all booked. I biglietti dell'opera sono tutti prenotati. Relax. 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 Relax, amico, sullo skate sei forte. Relax, buddy, you are cool on the skateboard. Relax, amico, sullo skate sei forte. Lavagna bianca. Whiteboard. Lavagna bianca. Lavagna bianca. Whiteboard. La lavagna bianca è essenziale per le mie presentazioni. The whiteboard is essential in my presentations. La lavagna bianca è essenziale per le mie presentazioni. Lavagna. Blackboard. Lavagna. Lavagna. Blackboard. L'insegnante scrive sulla lavagna. The teacher writes on the blackboard. L'insegnante scrive sulla lavagna. Esame. Test. Esame. Esame. Test. Sono ansiosa per l'esame. I am anxious for the test. Sono ansiosa per l'esame. Libro di testo. Textbook. Libro di testo. Libro di testo. Textbook. Ho dimenticato il mio libro di testo. I forgot my textbook. Ho dimenticato il mio libro di testo. Davanti. Front. Davanti. Davanti. Front. C'è sempre coda davanti a quel negozio. There is always a queue in front of the shop. C'è sempre coda davanti a quel negozio. Impiego. Job. Impiego. Impiego. Job. Mio fratello ha un buon impiego come direttore di banca. My brother has a good job as a bank manager. Mio fratello ha un buon impiego come direttore di banca. Presidente. President. Presidente. Presidente. President. È stato addirittura convocato il presidente. Even the president has been convened. È stato addirittura convocato il presidente. Industria. Industry. Industria. Industria. Industry. Le industrie hanno bisogno di ridurre i loro sprechi. Industries need to reduce their waste. Le industrie hanno bisogno di ridurre i loro sprechi. Cintura. Belt. Cintura. Cintura. Belt. Io non uso mai la cintura. I never use a belt. Io non uso mai la cintura. Moneta. Coin. Moneta. Moneta. Coin. Io non ho monete. I don't have coins. Io non ho monete. Soldi. Money. Soldi. Soldi. Money. Spendo sempre troppi soldi. I always spend too much money. Spendo sempre troppi soldi. Bancomat. Debit card. Bancomat. Bancomat. Debit card. Ho perso il mio bancomat e sono dovuta andare dalla polizia. I lost my debit card and I had to go to the police. Ho perso il mio bancomat e sono dovuta andare dalla polizia. Bolletta. Bill. Bolletta. Bolletta. Bill. È arrivata la bolletta del gas. The gas bill has arrived. È arrivata la bolletta del gas. Fotografia. Photography. Fotografia. Fotografia. Photography. La fotografia è il mio hobby. Photography is my hobby. La fotografia è il mio hobby. Togliere. Take off. Togliere. Togliere. Take off. Posso togliere la giacca? Can I take off my jacket? Posso togliere la giacca? Camera da letto. Bedroom. Camera da letto. Camera da letto. Bedroom. Condivido la camera da letto con mia sorella. I share a bedroom with my sister. Condivido la camera da letto con mia sorella. Cucina. Kitchen. Cucina. Cucina. Kitchen. Hai una cucina carina. You have a pretty kitchen. Hai una cucina carina. Bagno. Bathroom. Bagno. Bagno. Bathroom. Il bagno è molto pulito. The bathroom is very clean. Il bagno è molto pulito. Laurea. Graduation. Laurea. Laurea. Graduation. Alla mia festa di laurea c'era un sacco di gente. At my graduation party there were a lot of people. Alla mia festa di laurea c'era un sacco di gente. Promozione. Promotion. Promozione. Promozione. Promotion. Finalmente ho avuto una promozione. At last I had a promotion. Finalmente ho avuto una promozione. Anniversario. Anniversary. Anniversario. Anniversario. Anniversary. Tanti auguri per il vostro anniversario. Best wishes for your anniversary. Tanti auguri per il vostro anniversario. Funerale. Funeral. Funerale. Funerale. Funeral. È sgarbato andare a un funerale in rosso. It is impolite to go to a funeral in red. È sgarbato andare a un funerale in rosso. Matrimonio. Wedding. Matrimonio. Matrimonio. Wedding. È stato un bel matrimonio. It was a nice wedding. È stato un bel matrimonio. Spiegare. Explain. Spiegare. Spiegare. Explain. Non è facile da spiegare. It's not easy to explain. Non è facile da spiegare. Retro. Back. Retro. Retro. Back. Sul retro della nostra casa abbiamo un giardino. At the back of our house we have a garden. Sul retro della nostra casa abbiamo un giardino. Est. East. Est. Est. East. Il sole sorge a est. The sun rises in the east. Il sole sorge a est.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is the power of textbooks and digital detox. In this digital age where we're all using apps and smartphones to learn languages, you might not think of a textbook as the first resource to turn to, right? But if you're avoiding textbooks, then you're missing out on some powerful language learning benefits. So today you'll learn why textbooks are still a powerful resource in the digital age, why some, but not all, digital resources might hurt your ability to learn, and how to do a digital detox and learn off-screen with our program. And we're giving away a brand new conversation cheat sheet, so keep watching. But first, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Getting Sick Conversation Cheat Sheet. Are you able to describe your symptoms in your target language? If not, download our new conversation sheet and learn must-know words and phrases for the doctor. Second, the Language Learning Starter Pack PDF ebook. If you're new to the language, do you know what words to learn first? With this ebook, you'll get over 70 basic words and phrases that beginners need to know. Start with these words first. Download it right now. Third, can you talk about economics in your target language? Learn how to say profit, demand, taxes, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. Fourth, 30 must-know opposite nouns. Learn how to say day and night, question and answer, and much more. You'll pick up more than 30 words with this vocab bonus. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. The power of textbooks and digital detox. You probably have some language learning apps on your phone, right? But do you have any textbooks? Let us know in the comment section. Digital resources like apps and physical resources like books have their pros and cons. But if you're learning with digital resources only, you might be missing out on some benefits that come with physical resources. What are they? First, a digital detox. This is a basic one. A textbook gives you a break from the screen. You're not sitting in front of so much blue light all day, which can have an impact on your sleep. That's just for your overall health. Second, the ability to focus and improve your focus. Here's a question for you. How long is your attention span? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? The thing is, attention and the ability to focus are crucial for learning and succeeding with any goal in life. But if you're learning on a device, you'll get pop-ups and notifications. If you're on YouTube, well, the algorithm will have you watching cat videos soon enough. These things are designed to keep you jumping from one thing to the next, and all of this hurts your attention span and your ability to learn. With a book, it's much easier to focus, and consistently learning with one can help improve your focus. Third, if the book has a really good story to follow, it makes it more fun to learn. This may not be something you can find in every textbook, but you can find it in textbook resources like bilingual storybooks. Fourth, you get a clear path to follow. Textbooks give you a linear path from page 1 to 100. You know where to go next, how far you are from the end, and what you have left to learn. With an app, you'll be forever swiping and not really knowing if you're getting anywhere. Fifth, textbooks have gone through academic rigor, meaning they've been made by teachers or checked by teachers. So you're learning the correct forms, the correct language, and you can rely on it to be accurate. If you Google for blogs about phrases to learn, there's a chance the information is not completely accurate. Sixth, textbook lessons are curated and organized so that what you learn on page 1 helps you understand page 2 and so on. It builds you up and teaches you crucial language skills that beginners need to know, like how to introduce yourself first, then how to grow that conversation. As an added bonus, you can write in them. What about the downsides of textbooks? There are a few. The content gets old fast. Language always changes. There's new slang. So that's where digital lessons do well. Also, books can get boring and overwhelming. An approach you can consider for a textbook is to put in a certain amount of time, say 20 or 30 minutes a day, and then walk away, so you're not overwhelmed. But by providing a digital detox, allowing us a framework for focus, offering reduced distractions, being easy to follow and accurate, textbooks are powerful in a digital world. So, should you go for digital detox and get a textbook? If you can handle a bit of change to your routine, then why not? If you're worried about learning the same thing from 2 sources, don't worry. Learning something like a grammar rule from multiple angles will only help you understand it better and reinforce your memory. A book will give you a clear direction of where to go, what to learn, and challenge your mind in ways that digital lessons might not. So, how do you do a digital detox and learn with our program? First, you can print out our extensive reading books. Extensive reading is a learning tactic where you read books that are appropriate for your level, and the goal is quantity over quality. You should read a lot and skip over the words you don't know. To access these, just visit the lesson library to find our extensive reading books. Second, download our PDF lesson notes and print them out. The lesson notes give you the lesson in writing, the dialogue, the vocab, grammar explanations, sample sentences, and cultural insights. Find the lesson notes in every one of your lessons. Third, use our printable visual flashcards. With these, you'll learn over 1,500 of the most common words. If you want the link to the visual flashcards, just leave a comment and we'll reply with it. Fourth, you can also use our printable conversation cheat sheets. With these, you'll learn words and phrases for the most common conversation topics. If you want the link to our collection of cheat sheets, again, leave a comment and we'll reply with it. Remember, the ultimate goal here is to go for a digital detox, challenge your brain in a new way, and try new resources. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to start conversations, talking points for language learners. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Have you ever started learning a language but just couldn't continue? Why does this happen? And what do successful language learners do differently? In this video, we're going to talk about why you should put your language learning on autopilot. We asked you, and the #1 reason people don't continue is time. Either you don't make the time for learning or you're just too busy. But a lot of the time, this is caused by the resources you're using. If you've downloaded 5 language apps and bought 2 books, you'll get overwhelmed about where to start and what to do next. So what do successful language learners do? Successful learners don't overwhelm themselves thinking, what should I do today? They put their learning on autopilot. Imagine this. Let's say you have a favorite TV show. A new episode comes out every Tuesday. So you know what you're doing on Tuesday night. You don't have to think about it. You don't need a reminder. It's automatic. Every Tuesday, you watch an episode. You make it into a habit. Now, how do we apply that to language learning? First, habits. If you have a habit of learning, then you're already on autopilot. So, set a small, measurable monthly goal with a deadline, like learn 100 words or do 30 lessons by the end of the month. Once you know your goal, you can backtrack. So, for example, divide 100 words by 30 days in a month, and you get 3.33. So you should learn about 3 words a day. Now you know what to do. 3 words a day. There's no confusion. Do those 3 words and you're done. You don't need to think about what you should be doing because you already know what you're doing. It becomes a habit. The second way to stay on autopilot is with language textbooks. This is basically just because books are sequential. You just follow the pages from one until the end. You don't have to think about where to go next, so it's easy to stay on track with what you need to do. Third, the word of the day. Every day, you get a new word in your email inbox automatically. You don't have to think about it. Simply check your email, learn a word, and you're done. The fourth way is with our progress tracking tools. They spoon-feed you lessons one by one. So let's say you finished lesson 1 where you learned greetings, then you automatically load up lesson 2 where you learn a basic conversation that uses the greetings you learned in lesson 1. Then you have lesson 3 and 4 and so on. You don't have to worry about what to do next because our dashboard will keep you on track. It'll even build upon what you learned in your previous lessons so you won't forget it. The point is to put your learning on autopilot. You need something that guides you from A to B to C, whether it's your own habits or a book that takes you from 1 to 100 or a learning program that feeds you lessons. So take one of these tips and apply it today. So, to put your learning on autopilot, just check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share this video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Are you focused on active language learning or passive language learning? And which is the best way to learn? In this video, you'll learn the difference between active and passive learning and some methods for each. Do you know the difference between active and passive learning? You'll find out the differences between these two. First, the difference between active and passive learning. Here's the difference. Active learning means you're actively engaging with learning material and focusing on it. For example, you're reading in your target language, you're looking up words, you're translating, you're memorizing phrases, or you're speaking out loud. So you're focused on what you're learning and you're really into it. Now, passive learning is different. It requires less concentration. It's usually done when you're doing something else. For example, doing chores, driving to work, or taking the train. You could be listening to an audio lesson or watching a video lesson. But the difference is you're not focused on picking apart every word. You're just passively taking the language in. What about you? How do you usually learn? Do you have a lot of active practice? A lot of passive practice? Do you have a combination? Let us know in the comments. Second, how you can learn both ways with our lessons. If you do a lot of passive learning, say because you're always on the go, then here are 4 simple tactics you can apply right now. 1. Press play on a lesson and just listen or watch, just like you would with YouTube. So if you're at home with your computer on, press play on a lesson and take it in. 2. Now, if you're outside, if you're going to the store or commuting, you can learn with our free Innovative Language 101 app for the Android, iPhone, and iPad. Again, open a lesson, press play, and that's it. If you want to passively review words and phrases, then check out the Vocabulary Slideshow tool. This premium study tool is available on every lesson and vocab list. Just press play, and with every slide, you'll get the word, the audio pronunciation, the translation, and sample sentences. You can even put the slideshow on loop and immerse yourself that way. And third, if you have an Amazon Echo device, then you can immerse yourself with daily audio lessons, or you can learn with the quick word of the day. You can just play a lesson and keep it in the background while you're at home. Just look for Daily Dose by Innovative Language on the Amazon Skill Store and download it for free. Now, if you're looking for some active learning practice and you have some time to concentrate, here are 5 tactics you can use right now. Number 1. Listen or watch a lesson and read along with the translations. You'll get complete translations in the lesson notes and the line-by-line dialogue. This will make your reading and listening skills skyrocket. The best part is you'll understand every single word. The translations are right in front of you. Number 2. Repeat the lesson dialogue as you hear it. This is called shadowing, and it will boost your speaking skills. Just repeat the lines that you hear until you can speak with confidence. To make it even easier, you can also get the lines in the dialogue study tool and in the lesson notes, so you can read them out loud as you hear them in the lesson. Number 3. Record yourself with our voice recorder in the dialogue study tool to perfect your pronunciation and see how close you are to a native speaker. Number 4. If you want to boost your vocabulary, study words with our smart flashcards. They sort the words for you, so you get the harder words more often until you master them, and the easy ones show up now and then to refresh your memory. And number 5, ask questions and practice. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you're a Premium Plus user, you get your very own teacher, and you can ask them to review and correct your writing and speaking. You can also ask for learning advice and get all of your questions answered. Both are great ways to learn, but which one is best? Well, that depends on you. If you have some quiet time to focus, active learning is best. But if you're on the train and you're multitasking, then passive learning is the better option. Whichever you choose, you can apply both with our language learning program. So, to test out active and passive learning, just check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Every language learner wants to speak with confidence, without struggling, and without stopping to think of words. So how do you do this? In this video, you'll learn 5 tactics to perfect your speaking. Above all, every learner wants to speak in their target language with confidence. We've run survey after survey, year after year, and the results are the same. Listening, reading, and writing are all important, but people want to improve their speaking the most. So how do you perfect your speaking skills? First, shadow the dialogues you hear in the lessons. What is shadowing? It's a learning technique where you mimic native speakers. In other words, you listen and then you repeat what they say. This is a fast and easy way to start practicing speaking. You can do this with any one of our audio or video lessons. And even easier, if you have access to the dialogue section, you can read along out loud as you listen. So shadow as much as possible to perfect your speaking and try harder lessons to take yourself to the next level. Second, read the dialogue out loud. We just mentioned this in tip 1, but this tactic deserves its own special mention. Reading out loud is another easy way to practice your speaking. Simply read the lesson dialogue that's available in the dialogue section, the lesson notes, or the lesson transcript. By reading out loud, you're practicing your speaking skills. And here's a trick. If you can get yourself to read faster, you'll be able to speak faster too. Natives tend to speak quickly, and if you can too, that's a sign that you're improving. Third, record yourself speaking to perfect your pronunciation. If you're a Premium or Premium Plus member, look for the voice recorder in the dialogue section. With this tool, you can record yourself and compare your speaking to a native speaker. This is powerful because you instantly hear the difference between your speech and the authentic native pronunciation. And then you can easily perfect your speaking and pronunciation. If you don't have a premium account, record yourself with your smartphone. And while you can't really compare, you can spot where you struggle or stutter. This tactic is used by professional speakers, public speakers, just about anyone that has to give a presentation. Fourth, if you're a Premium Plus member, record yourself and send it to your Premium Plus teacher for feedback. Here, you're getting instant feedback from a native speaker. They'll point out your mistakes, they'll tell you what to improve and how, and record themselves and work with you until you reach perfection. That's the power of having a native speaker give you feedback. So what do people usually record? Here's an easy one. Record a one-paragraph self-intro. In fact, we ask all of our new members to do this. Give your name, your age, where you're from, why you're learning, and that's it. It's a great way to get started. Our more advanced students talk about their day. They send 3 recordings, in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. For example, I woke up at 7 a.m. and brushed my teeth. I got ready for work. My train was a little late, and so on. This can dramatically improve your speaking because you're practicing conversations that people have all the time. The 5th way to perfect your speaking, Premium Plus assignments. With this feature, you get weekly assignments based on your needs and goals, whether they're reading, writing, listening, or speaking. If you want to improve your speaking, your Premium Plus teacher will send you speaking assignments non-stop every week and provide you with constant feedback. This is all part of your personalized learning experience. So take advantage of our tools and put these tactics to use. And remember, if you want to master your language with our complete language learning program, now's your chance. So to test out these tips and start speaking now, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.